All right, YouTube. I'm pretty excited about this video and just this note in general. This is the $1 educational from 1896. If you don't know anything about the educational notes, in 1896 they issued the 1, the 2, and the 5. And I have the 1 right here. I actually have 2 of these now. And then I also have the 2. If you know anything about the series, the 5 in very poor shape will still bring $800 to $1,000, and I'm talking in poor shape. I've seen an about good $5 educational where someone is asking $650 for it, but it's regarded as maybe the most beautiful note ever produced in the United States. But anyway, back to the 1 here. When the educational series came out, it came out as a silver certificate. It was replaced. This one particular was replaced by the Black Eagle in 1899. But this is called the History Instructing Youth, and I guess you would call this like a motif. I guess it's done kind of in a neoclassical type way with the vignettes on it, and I don't really know the word. I guess it escapes me. It's, I guess, an allegorical motif, I guess, would be the way to describe it. Just with all of the neoclassical influence. If you look, History Instructing Youth, pointing to, looks like the Washington Monument. There's Capitol building back there. And some of the little unique aspects of the note, you have great Americans at that time listed all around it. There's Fulton, Calhoun, so that I'm assuming Robert Fulton, John C. Calhoun. There's Jackson, Adams, Jefferson, Washington, and Franklin. The list goes on. Hamilton, Perry, Marshall, Samuel Morse, Webster, maybe Daniel Webster. Over here on the side, Hawthorne. There's Grant and Emerson on this side. We have Irving, Cooper, Lincoln, Sherman, Longfellow. Really, really iconic note. Really cool stuff. The back, there's a lot of history here too. Sorry for the focus. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. This has George and Martha Washington on it. The note itself grades probably a fine 12. But let me tell you something unique about the George and the George and Martha vignettes is they were actually designed by two different people. The George Washington vignette was designed by a man, his name was Alfred Seeley. And there's not much known about Seeley other than, he did this famous Washington vignette. The Martha Washington was actually designed by Charles Burt. Now, Charles Burt, pretty interesting guy. He was actually a Scottish immigrant, and he is well known, and everybody knows his work because he designed the vignette that we used on the $5 bill of Abraham Lincoln up until the year of 2000. That actual vignette started in 1869 on that $100 bill that's so iconic. If you ever get a chance, just go to Google, and unless you own an 1869 100. But go to Google, type in 1869 $100 bill, and you can see that iconic Lincoln vignette. And that was designed by Charles Burt, the same guy that designed the Martha Washington one here. I learned that a long time ago from a guy I was in a coin club from, and I always thought that was a really cool piece of American history. The same guy that, growing up, seeing that Lincoln portrait you know, and just thinking, oh, that's such a cool stoic photo of Lincoln. He's the same guy that you know, gave graces right here to Martha Washington as well on the back of the educational note, which is regarded as, you know, one of the prettiest notes and definitely one of the coolest series to try to collect in American paper money. I hope to do a video as well on the two when I get a little time. Life's been pretty busy here recently, but I bought out a collection, and I have a bunch of pretty good notes from it. I showed you the Black Eagles last video, and I have more lined up. It's just finding the time to give it justice. But value of these notes, like I said earlier, the 5 can get very, very expensive. I believe the 5 in XF40 shape can top $4,000 pretty quick. These this one in this shape, like I said, I put it at a fine 12, maybe a VG10, but fine 12 I think is what it would grade. This is probably around a $300 note to $325 note. They book for one thing and they sell for another. The iconic nature of these notes does seem to add a little premium, and they are very easy to sell if you have them. They're actually pretty tough to find. But with the signature combination, this is a Burke Roberts, or yeah, it's Bruce Roberts. I said Burke, sorry. It's a Bruce Roberts, and of the two signature combinations, this is the harder one to find. It really doesn't add a lot of value until you start hitting that very fine grade, and then, you know, you can start adding a little bit of premium. These particular notes in mint state can get, you know, well into the thousands, so they're pretty tough to find there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, the rambling, and you know, I'll show you this note again. Just kind of scroll over the top of it here. Really, really cool. And easily one of my favorite notes ever produced here in the U.S. I think it's one of the prettiest notes ever produced in the world, honestly. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.